Welcome to an all-new episode of NBA 2K TV.
It's time to vote for your top play of the year.
Since the launch of NBA 2K25, you have voted for your favorite plays.
And it comes down to these two. So here's Scott Moak with the call. Listen up.
It's time. 32 votes now bring us to 2 finalists for Top Play of the Year. We will crown a champion and award 1 million VC, along with some amazing prizes. Bring on the final vote. The winner of seasons 1 through 3 was Tracy McGrady in the theater, launching for a 360 slam with their launch day build. An amazing play from the early days of NBA 2K25. And the winner from seasons 4 through 6 was Greatness 1221 in the theater. After downing a defender, rises up and rotates. You can't stop the ball if it's spinning all around. 1 million VC is on the line. It's voting time. Is it a new favorite or maybe a play you've boosted through every vote? All year long, your submissions have been outstanding. We look forward to announcing the winner during the 2K TV Awards. Congrats, and thank you to everyone who participated. It's been a pleasure to announce. We'll see you next time.
If you're enjoying the NBA playoffs and want to recreate the action yourself, NBA 2K is a place to be.
That's right, located within MyLeague and MyNBAEras, the playoffs allows you to fully customize a 16-team NBA bracket. You can play in the current postseason bracket or mix things up and add any team to join the fun. Whether it's a current roster, all-time, or classic, this playoff bracket is entirely up to you.
You can control multiple teams and change the settings however you like. A one-game NBA Finals to determine the winner? Done.
Check out this mode next time in NBA 2K25 and see how your playoff bracket shakes out.
We have a very special guest on 2K TV today. We have community member Yena Gaming. Welcome back. We're so excited to have you on again.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
All right, so let's talk about builds. What's your advice on players making
What's up, Miru? Why you say that? You must know I got locked up that night, huh? You must know I got locked up that night. I sure did. I just got out yesterday.
6'7" wingspan, 94 ball handle, an 82 pass act, and I have the ability to go get driving dunks with an 87 driving dunk and shoot from deep, 94 3-point shot, and then as a takeover, I'm able to get satellite. And then you get to play around with cap records. So if you're a sweat and you got 14, 15 cap records at this point, you can add something to your defense. My steal is at 91, and you can add even your pass accuracy. That way you can get those passes in a little quicker to your teammates, up the dimer a little bit. Or you just want to flush over everybody, you can raise you a little bit if you're driving dunk. So I think that's the best way to go when it comes to point guard.
Okay, what about a slashing forward?
Now, slashing forward, it's a little rough around the edges because everybody wants to go and dunk the ball no matter how tall or big they are. I can use what I have, and that is a 6'9" power forward. That's a 7'5" wingspan, and I have a 90 rebound and a 90 steal. And what I can do is I have a 93 driving dunk, so that raises my posterizer all the way up to where if I get a step on defender towards the basket, I can just go into a meter dunk and get a contact almost every time. So they'll have to put their big around me, and at that point, I can just fake like I'm going to the basket and just walk back and shoot three. So if you want to really get busy and be very versatile, go a little taller on those driving builds, maybe 6'8", 6'9".
And then last one, two-way center.
So I just made a build for center. It is a 7'4" wingspan, so a little short on the wingspan, but I'm gonna push it on game of why it's so short. Two-way inside-out playmaker. Now we're playing a game where everybody wants to be well-rounded, and I think this is one of the most well-rounded center builds. Be able to have a close shot at a 92, and you can get a standing dunk at a 90. So what this does, it gets your rebound up to a 94. Offensive rebound is a 76, but 90 with those cap breakers, you can really push that up. Put your interior at a 94, and you're at the capability to be able to knock down threes with an 83 ball, and get those break showers with an 87 pass accuracy. So if you're one of those people who just really want to figure it out in real time, 7 foot, be able to get those rise up dunks like I like, or be able to pick and pop and make plays for your team.
It's always interesting to me to see how different people create the builds with the different thresholds with cap breakers in mind. I know my ears perk up when I hear former pros talk about how to be better at the game, because as much as I know, and I've been playing since the original 2K, I can always learn a thing or two and adapt that into my game.
Thanks so much, EA Not Gaming.
The salary cap has been steadily increasing in my team, so today we're upgrading our starting lineup.
That's right. We've got a fresh canvas, Sasha. We want strong starters, a capable second unit, and we're just going to fill in some value here at the end of the roster. Let's start there.
Sure thing. Then let's fill our roster slots 11 through 13 with value player cards and build 2 strong waves of 5.
That's perfect. Anytime you need to sub out, you can do a whole line change. So who should we pick up for our starting center?
I'm looking at Hoop Invaders, Theo Ratliff, strong defender, and lob finisher.
Yeah, he's somebody who can get up and down the court and is reliable. Usually he's going to be faster than opposing centers as well. I think that's a great choice. At power forward, let's add Amethyst Gems of the game, Drew Gooden, because he's another strong post defender, also athletic and quick, and we want to be able to move up the floor very quickly.
Now you've got plenty of cap to spend. $2,000 for Diamond Danilo Gallinari gets you some shooting on the wing.
Yep, we want Ratliff and Gooden to be able to kick out for 3, so let's add another shooter at the 2 guard. How about Diamond Buddy Hield, someone who I've gotten very comfortable shooting with, even added him into my career jumper, just very reliable and quick release. I like it.
Right on. And at point guard, speed up the game to feed those shooters with Barons of Ball, De'Aaron Fox.
I like how quick we're going to be out there. This is solid. Now let's get one great sub at each of the starting positions. Beginning at the 2 spot with the two-way player, that's Diamond Doug Collins. And I want a muscle point guard who can get into the lane. So how about finesse Tyreek Evans? He'll be very effective for us.
I like it. Enhance the defense with Aura Rui Hachimura and collect the boards with Mic Drop Andrew Bogut.
Very good. I like those players a lot. And let's add Juwan Howard as a steady replacement for Drew Gooden. This team's looking consistent, we're fast, we're balanced, and we can keep the rate of play constant. So even though our players on the court change, we can use the same style.
10 solid performers, a third wave backcourt, and exactly meeting the current salary cap.
That is nicely done. Hey, why don't you try building a new salary cap for yourself? Maybe something similar to what we did, or something completely your own. For an added challenge, press the shoot button and have the lineup auto-filled for you. See how you play that way. Grab wins, earn rewards, rep up, and be the best in my team.
Remember, be sure to check back on June 13th to find out which play you voted as the top play of the year. We'll also announce the winners of our 2K TV Awards.
And next week, we have more tips on builds, and we sit down with Scoot Henderson. Ooh, that's going to be a great interview.
I can't wait. But until then, enjoy the game, box out your opponents, get those rebounds, and go get some wins.
All right, looking at.
And all over the floor, you can see each player preparing for the game ahead, pushing out distractions and getting into the zone. Greetings, it's 2K Sports bringing you live coverage of the NBA. This is our Sunday night broadcast. Alongside Hall of Famer Grant Hill and Coach Stan Van Gundy, this is Brian Anderson. Allie LaForce joins us from the sidelines. Now let's check out the Western Conference standings and see how they look here in December. Taking a look at Los Angeles, they love where they stand right now, first place. And of course, there's Utah, just need to keep fighting.
I think for Los Angeles, they've just been relentless coming out of the gates. And what I love is that everyone is focused. You couldn't have asked for a better start.
Yeah, and it's to no one's surprise. This is a well-run, well-coached organization. They have a strong culture. They're going to be a tough out for anyone.
So let's take a look at the Los Angeles Lakers starting lineup. They've got Rui Hachimura. Luka Doncic is out there with Austin Reeves. Then there's James, and it's Hayes in at the 5. And for the Jazz, Markkanen and Collins, the 3 and 4. George and Sexton in the backcourt. And it's Kessler in at the center position. For 3, George. And close to a quarter of the way into the season now, Grant. How aware are the players of where they are in the season?
You know, B.A., you generally are aware of where you are in the year, but you rarely see guys counting games played. Or anything like that.
Pass to James. And stolen by Markkanen. On the break. Here's Sexton. And that one is hammered home.
Such great stuff by Markkanen, using his length to start that fast break.
Hayes against Kessler. From deep, here's Doncic. Utah with the rebound. You know, last game they matched up with the Mavs. A tough loss there.
In this league, you have to stay active at both ends of the floor. I thought their lackluster defense was the difference in the game.
Yeah, poor communication at the defensive end. Many of the rotations were late.
So it's Los Angeles now. After the basket by Utah. And James.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another very exciting episode of Smoke Scraper Live. Right, I'm here with my brother, Can You Dig It? And we are picking up on this illustrious, epic, amazing MyEras season. Right now, we're 19-0. Unfortunately, we are playing a team that's 2-17, so I highly doubt. But you never know. You never doubt the underdogs. But yeah, we coming to you with a perfect season, perfect start, an epic start. So drop that thumbs up. Shouts out to Kimi. Shouts out to everybody that watch, guys. Once again, thank you for tuning in. Shouts out to my entire Google squad.
And Bronny,
DJ Ghost Hunter.
Play off the ball. He stayed ready.
Can you dig it? Of course, you shoot it.
Defense pay. Well, we have a chance to hear from Shams Charania.
Come on, step. There you go. Hey,
Shams, great to have you on, buddy.
Yes.
Thanks, guys. The Lakers this summer signing first-time head coach J.J. Redick. He's a veteran of 15 seasons. And the Sharpshooters rising.
Slightly early, slightly late.
Meteoric. The Lakers really want Redick to be their long-term head coach, but the question, with an aging superstar in LeBron, how much patience will exist in LA for Redick learning on the job?
Something to keep an eye on, no doubt. Okay, Shams, thank you. Utah shooting their first free throws of the game now.
Well, what I like about Collins is that he doesn't play outside of himself, and that's why he shoots high percentages.
Grant, a big reason for Utah to be excited about the future.
Yes, he did. I don't know how that is, bro. He did.
I mean, he's had this team competitive.
I'm right in front of him, bro.
And I love how hard he has developed guys like Lauri Markkanen.
The three, James gets the three ball to go. James has got 6.
And this is crucial for James's development.
I'm streaming. What do you mean? Did I get out of there?
Watch out.
Yeah, I didn't stream myself getting locked up. How are people knowing I got locked up? Oh, so she must read the comment.
Back to Kessler.
Janet, how the fuck am I streaming if I was in jail? Of course I got out, sweetheart. What in the fuck? What in the actual fuck?
He was outsmarting the defense and easily connecting with ready shooters.
Here's Doncic following the bucket by Utah. Pass to James.
Wet.
That one falls.
Nice shot. Green.
He's got 9.
You can tell Doncic trusts his teammates. He'll get them looks and doesn't insist on doing everything himself.
How did you know?
Doncic pulls down the board. Lakers trail by 3. Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thanks. I spoke with the Jazz head coach for a bit. I asked him how they plan to deal with
broke his ankles. You seen that?
He said, look, we all know what Luka can do. He'll get his points, but we can't
I broke his ankles. Yeah, I should have just shot it.
Our focus on defense for every minute of all 4 quarters.
Great.
As always, Allie, we thank you.
Well, this was his shot to miss, honestly. Poor coverage, good setup. He just couldn't knock it down.
God, son.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
Where the fuck is my guy?
Markkanen for 3. It's rebounded by Los Angeles. And guys, they're up to 19 straight now. What a remarkable run.
Well, of all the ways to establish yourself as a powerhouse, this may be the best way to do it. By going on a phenomenal streak and looking practically unbeatable.
Yeah, having 21 points a game, son.
Right now, they are playing with swagger, a sort of poise that they're backing up with execution. Not easy to do.
And so, Will Hardy calls for the timeout. He wants to review the game plan.
We have playing with him.
Substitution here for Utah. Filipowski, he's checked in for Kessler. Sensabaugh comes in for John Collins. Clarkson's checked in for Lauri Markkanen. And it's Collier in for George. And the Lakers also making a switch. Vanderbilt's checked in for Hachimura. .125 left in the first quarter here. Here's Collier, guarded by Doncic. Here's Clarkson, deflected. Here's Doncic. And Doncic hammers it home.
A guard that can truly do it all. Doncic has tremendous power.
for three, Collier. Utah with another miss. The Lakers in the lead. Here's James. Second shot opportunity. Kicks it to Doncic. Shoots over Collier. And all around the rim that time before dropping. Doncic has got his second bucket of the night.
Not exactly what Coach wanted coming up the floor, but he'll take it.
Here's
Once
Collier.
again, shouts out to everybody watching. I think you too. Throw that thumbs up if you like it. That's subscribe to the shit. Good defense.
And another miss by Utah.
Yeah, and the defense really respects his shooting ability, and they showed it with that tight coverage.
Oh, wasted no time on
Thank
that
you.
one. Doncic has got 7 points in the game.
Their ball movement on this run has been tremendous.
Thank you.
It's led to a lot of good, clean, open looks.
Now here's Clarkson.
Keep me stupid.
He's scoreless. Clock at 6. To halt the run. Hits the trifecta.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
Knocks it down from distance.
He's a producer. It's part of their plan to get him as many touches as possible.
And so it's Los Angeles, leading by 6 as we wrap up the quarter. Hey, 3 points is better than 2.
Shouts out to everybody watching. I think it's
by
too
tacking
long.
on that extra point at the end of possessions. We'll be right back after this word.
Thumbs up, hit that.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And a moment to check out the scoring breakdown for the Lakers.
Well, the coaching staff's game plan is very clear. Move the ball on the perimeter and shoot the shots with no hesitation.
And from the jump, they've also clearly been focused on running effective plays here tonight. And there's been a lot of high-quality distribution from them on the floor.
The Lakers lead by 6. Stan, another head coach from the Greg Popovich tree. Will Hardy, who started his career in San Antonio.
And there have been a lot of successful guys that have come through the Spurs organization.
I guess they put him on the bench for now.
Is just another
He's in there?
who is developing.
Oh, they must. Oh, they got him playing shooting guard. They got him at the 2. I thought, they gave him a little break. I'm like, I'll play the.
Into an outstanding NBA coach.
They've got Collier, Filipowski out there with John Collins. Then it's Jordan Clarkson, and it's Sensabaugh in at the small forward position. That's the group for Utah, getting going in the second. Now here's Doncic. 10 points for him.
Good take.
That is incredible.
He was watching Dunk Kings with us.
An athletic slam by LeBron.
That was beautiful.
Showing these young guys how it's done.
And how about our AT&T 5G Slam Cam?
That boy watched Dunk Kings with him last night.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Well, LeBron James last season set the record for most All-Star nods in NBA history. He said, quote, "I'm blessed to do what I love and just to try to give back to the game that's given to me over 2 decades. Long ago, I exceeded anything I ever dreamed of being in the NBA. Everything else is just extra credit." Right?
Thanks, Allie.
Well, when you're not
Over
right up
2.
on Collins, he senses that, and he can make you pay off the catch.
James goes in and slam dunk by James.
Better call some out.
Slams it down with 2 hands.
Man, they're really getting aggressive now. And we've got a timeout called by Will Hardy. He'll take the opportunity to regroup. checked in for Utah. George comes in for Sensabaugh. Hayes is checked in for the Lakers. James comes in for Vincent.
Facts.
Jazz trail by 8.
Wait, why am I James Jr.? Get out that paint. Get out that paint, nigga. Okay, never mind. He crossed it.
To the paint. And down it goes. Dunked it through off a beautiful setup.
On the attack, Jordan Clarkson.
And so James will bring it up for Los Angeles. And they've been winning at a high level this season. Most games not even close. Their point differential is sky high.
Yeah, a lot of their games have been essentially over by the third quarter. Blowouts, big margins, really astonishing the dominance they displayed over the course of the season. I'm not sure we've ever seen a team so consistently dominant.
Clarkson for 3, and the three-pointer goes. Clarkson's got it. Coach, when you look at the best defense teams, what's the balance between IQ, the smarts for the game, versus effort?
Well, Brian, it's both. You know, I mean, the effort is a given. You're not going to get anything done in the game without effort. But to be a good defensive team, you have to be smart. You have to understand your opponents, their tendencies, both as a team and as individuals. And if you do that, you can cover up for a lot in terms of just... Wow!
What a flush by James. Shades of his dad.
Bronny to
right
posterize the defender.
Jazz trail by 9. 3 minutes of action thus far in the second. Pass to Collier. Lets the 3 fly.
Great.
James with the rebound. Los Angeles has gotten 6 of 10 3-pointers to drop.
You good? One that rim.
Against Doncic.
Cut.
And he lobs it up. George with a steal.
That's all right. That's all right.
Here's Collier. Check by James.
Good
Kessler,
defense.
no good.
If they just continue to dominate the boards.
James passes to Doncic. Back to James.
Try to give you a screen. You keep back. I shoot it.
Yep,
oh my God, he just threw it up there.
James
And
has
just,
got 4 points this quarter.
that boy Bronny is
Very little
a beast.
resistance around the rim right now. That's the 5th straight bucket they've given up in the paint.
Brad, how about that in-season tournament win for the Lakers in 2024?
Yeah, honestly, it just makes sense that the first of those trophies would land with a historic franchise like the Lakers. This run has been fueled
I thought he was
by
going to
their
posterize, but I
defense.
can see he ain't really got no contact dunks like
1
that.
minute left to play in the first half of basketball.
Doncic is more of a, if it's open, he'll probably dunk it in.
A moment to rest and confer on the game plan. In 2024, Luka Doncic recorded 6 consecutive 30-point triple-double games.
That's right, B.A. The first time anyone has done it in NBA history. So if you didn't already believe in Luka Magic, well, there's some proof that the magic is real.
Los Angeles making a change here. Hachimura's checked in. Looking now at some numbers for Colin Sexton.
And over the last 5 games, his field goal percentage has increased. And you can make a case his confidence as well because of this.
He the one that scored the first 2 buckets on us. Stupid. Too stupid.
56 seconds left to play in the second quarter. And Luka Doncic is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
.52 seconds left in the first half of this one. Sexton, that's good.
I love that hoop from Colin Sexton. Don't settle, young man.
James goes in. Doncic outside. Back to James.
There you go. Oh, with the reverse one-handed champ.
They're simply not missing. Unreal.
Good job.
Well, as a coach, this is when you enjoy what you're watching. Your team playing well and everything just flowing.
George finds Markkanen.
Yeah, that was the name.
Sexton against James for 3. Sexton, that's good. Sexton's got 5 points now in the quarter.
They are shooting it well from beyond the arc right now.
Doncic passes to James. And stolen by Sexton. And the Jazz pushing it up now with 4 on the clock.
Good job, James.
Utah shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night.
His first personal foul.
And he knocks down the first one. Markkanen hits them both.
Well, he's been very good at the line, and we all know
3 seconds left.
free throws can make or break you in the end.
For 3, James.
He pops it.
And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers.
Yeah, that was a
Finishing
nice
the
one.
quarter with an 8-point lead. Just pounding the painted area. That's helped them build an advantage. All right, we'll get back to the action after this break.
Welcome in for halftime. And what's on tap, you ask? I can answer that. So far, it's been a nice outing for the Los Angeles Lakers.
One big reason they're up, they're controlling the glass, both boxing out and crashing in.
Yeah, you could tell rebounding was a point of emphasis for them coming into this game.
All right, and now time to give some recognition. Players of the Month. In the West, Luka Doncic.
This isn't the first, and it will not be the last one of these awards for Luka Doncic. A master at getting his own shot, as well as creating for others, simply unstoppable on offense. Also, tremendous rebound in his position.
Thanks for tuning in. Now we head back to Brian Anderson for the start of the third quarter.
Well, for those just tuning in, thanks for being with us. Second half of this game still to play. The Lakers lead by 8. Maybe the results haven't been there in recent seasons, but the Jazz have an exciting young core, Coach.
Yeah, they do, B.A. They've focused on youth, and some of those guys are developing into very good players. If this core stays in place and gels, and they can add to it a little bit, watch out for this Jazz team.
And so in the game for the Lakers, we've got Austin Reeves. Rui Hachimura is out there with James. Then it's Luka Doncic, and it's Hayes in at the center. All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian. The Jazz are making progress. Coach Will Hardy said this team has shown grit and character and has developed a lot of confidence. When we're going through game preparations, the players walk away knowing if they do certain things, they can win. That's a big step in the right direction.
A bright future.
Come on.
Thank you.
You right by me, kid.
George with the flush.
Los Angeles has gotten 7 of 12 three-point attempts to fall. Doncic passes to Hachimura. Fires from deep. The shot is good. Doncic making the play. Doncic has got 5 assists in the game.
They are on fire to start the second half.
Oh, come on. That is
totally insane.
Really? Really? Some bullshit.
Now George. 5 points in the game. Pass to Sexton. Six on the shot clock. Markkanen finds George. Three-pointer, no good.
And their physical dominance has been on display. A 10-rebound advantage is a good indicator of how this game has gone.
Hachimura with the ball. Picked up by Sexton. And there's James from the arc.
Nice step back.
Kicks it to Doncic. The three is up. Knocks down the triple. Doncic has got 20 points.
You know, they've hit the ground running to begin this second half. 4 for 5 so far.
Thank you. Come again.
Kessler passes to George. And stolen by Hayes. Pass to James. He puts up a three.
Wet.
Collins with the rebound.
That's all right, big boy. Shit that shit
Trail by
out.
17.
Get back on D. Get back on D. I got
Markkanen looking it over. And here's George. Back to Markkanen. Collins left side. Down low.
Oh, he burned me.
Finished off by Kessler.
He burned me.
Well, what I love about
that was a mismatch anyway.
He's a 7-footer who plays
You're
like
a 7-footer.
To the inside. Ooh, and he took a hard foul on the shot. So he'll head to the line to shoot a pair. And with today's switching defensive style, versatile wing players are tremendously in demand, Coach.
Yeah, well, position now, Brian, comes down to who can you guard. And guys that can guard 3, 4, 5 different positions, those 6'7", 6'8" guys are often able to do that, and they are extremely valuable.
One of the biggest challenges for coaches these days, Stan, is roster turnover. How do you deal with the player movement?
Well, look, Brian, it's to be expected, first of all. And second of all, you just, every year starts new. You start from square one every year, and you build it. And if you make an in-season deal, you start over again from square one and build it up.
It's both from the stripe.
That's wild,
with
dude.
that James last
That's
name.
wild. Hey, we.
Lots of pressure on Bronny. But he's a
That's
guy
wild.
who's used to
Who
being
almost got
in the
that bit?
spotlight under the microscope.
George passes to Sexton. Collins outside. George against Doncic. Tries a 10-footer. George, no good.
Nice work defensively, leading him up top and forcing the miss.
Oh, shit.
Doncic
I should
passes
have
to
lobbed
Finney
it.
Smith. James outside. Shoots over George.
What?
They grab their own miss. Pass to Doncic. Shot clock at 6. And they doubled up Doncic. James left side. From behind the arc. Rebounded by the Jazz. In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. Plenty of daylight on that shot. George has got 8.
And there's a nice rhythm to his three-point shot. You know, George has a confident stroke.
And we've got a timeout called by J.J. Redick. He wants a few moments to regroup with his players. A different look for Utah. Filipowski, he's checked in for Kessler. And Sensabaugh subbed in for Collins. LeBron, he's checked in for the Lakers. Just over 3.5 minutes through the third. Doncic outside. Sexton against James. Doncic outside.
Oh, that's early, didn't it?
The Lakers with another miss. And so Sexton will bring it up for the Jazz.
Look at that.
Pass to Sensabaugh. Three-pointer.
Nah.
Another three for Utah.
A team player through and through. Get open, and Sexton will send the ball your way.
To the middle. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Doncic. And while we have a moment, let's see some of the contenders for this year's three-point contest. Some of the players who have a shot to make the final cut.
Hey, not a bad shooters at all. And really, with how many threes we see in NBA games these days, some of these games have become three-point contests.
You look at Doncic, he's currently up there in the voting at number 2. So clearly no one is sleeping on his abilities as a lights-out three-point shooter.
Yeah, it's his long-range shooting that puts him on another level. Definitely a guy who belongs in this contest.
And we'll keep you posted as we get closer to All-Star Weekend. But that's our current list for the three-point contest.
It's going to be a fantastic competition. We've got an endless supply of shooters in this league, and that contest will be heated.
8-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Clarkson outside.
Right.
Sinks the tray.
Oh,
Clarkson's got 11.
The defense is nowhere to be found.
Yeah, 8 of 17.
The Lakers lead by 8. Here's LeBron.
Oh, my
God. It's James with the jam.
Oh, that's just classic LeBron right there.
Either with that gorilla, either with the King Kong. Every time you see me, I got King Kong in my tongue.
No, my bad. So this one we just gonna go ahead because I know you want to be putting that out right. And then erase. And it's identical. King Kong, you can hit me before you see me. Damn it, man, that was a dunk. Boy, that was a dunk for the Bucks.
Every time you see me, I got too many hang on it like what? Yeah, that orangutan.
He has a head of steam, onto the rim, and a strong finish.
Woo. Here's Clarkson, and there's another one for the Jazz.
Strong performance from him, but he may need to do even more if they're going to win this game.
Doncic feeling it out a bit. With one on the clock. What a play! He drains it at the buzzer!
makes his selection just in time. Well done.
Well, it's good to have a player on the floor with that kind of awareness. He recognized the situation.
And so it's Los Angeles earning this
and I love the reaction.
And it's mostly due to their And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist to the game.
And he definitely deserves the award.
Yo, that night when he said that, oh my God.
Well, his height gives him the ability
He was
to
talking about
see the floor,
Neesmith.
and he makes a quick decision and a great pass.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth quarter. Filipowski out there with John Collins. Then it's Jordan Clarkson. Then there's Collier. And
Why am I Finney Smith?
Sensabaugh in at the 3. That's the 5 on the floor for the Jazz.
They've shown the power inside. Their rebounding effort has been sensational. And this is what you want to do when you've got a big lead. You must stay aggressive.
Yeah, they're being...
Don't put me at the center. Like, what the fuck?
Absolutely relentless.
Okay, donkeys, they got you at the 2.
Building this lead in every way possible.
Here's Clarkson. That one off the back iron out. Los Angeles leading by 12.
Pussy.
So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. Stan, you're the son of a coach. Your dad was a great coach at the collegiate level. What was the best advice you ever received from him?
Well, Brian, the one that has always stuck with me is he told me in my first season, if you think you've got all the answers, it's only because
that's the first time in history, 2K.
And I think that's true in everything, not just basketball.
We should give this how to make a go shoot for you on 2K. You feel me? All right, Ghost now.
Off on that one, so he goes 1 out of 2 at the line. Jazz trail by 13. Here's Collier. There's the 3. Clarkson missing again.
The decision, double team.
Doncic right side. Fires the 3. Clarkson
You
grabs
did.
a miss.
Slightly late. I took my time. You see how much I took?
And Luka Doncic is going to pick up the foul.
Transition,
That's his 3rd foul of the game.
Third
George,
foul. I
he's
gotta
checked
watch
in
it.
for Utah. And the Lakers also making a switch. James is checked in.
James is checked in for James.
Here's Collier. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. That one on Doncic.
Heady play to stop that easy layup right there. I mean, make him earn it at the line.
And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for the Lakers.
Well, their passing has been just exceptional, and it's opened up the floor for them on numerous occasions.
Also, they were ultra consistent from outside, hitting a high percentage of those shots tonight.
And the first one at the line is good. That's also good, so he hits both free throws. And we've got a timeout called by J.J. Redick, looking to get everyone dialed in and engaged.
The boys been doing it. Yeah, I told you. I mean, they're underdog team right now. They're 2017. They hungry. They hungry, guys. They want this one.
Hayes is checked in for Vanderbilt. And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
I was able to listen in on what J.J. Redick was going over with his team. He told his guys to stay after it, to not get complacent and lazy with this lead. He wants them to keep adding to it. We'll see if they're able to do it, guys.
Okay, thank you, Allie. Los Angeles leading by 11. For 3, James.
Nice shot.
Drills it from deep.
I don't know what made the defender just run right past you. Like, what was he going to the crowd?
Great game for young Bronny James. Trying to
I'm gonna go give me a beer real quick. I just stand. Can I get one of them beers and a hot dog? Yeah, but he dead ass just passed right by you. Like, what the fuck?
Clarkson outside. Filipowski, the pass to George. And they pick up 2.
What a difference a half can make. As much as he struggled in the first 2 quarters, he certainly made up for it with his play in the second half.
Doncic outside. Takes a 3. Utah grabs the miss.
They get this rebound, but they haven't been able to keep up on the boards. They're lucky the game is as close as it is.
Collier. Good D by Doncic.
Oh, gritty defense. Protecting the rim at all costs against a guy who has all sorts of ways to finish.
His strong shooting has really helped them secure this lead.
Jazz trail by 14. And so Will Hardy calls for the timeout. He was quite emphatic, demanding the timeout, clearly wanting to address strategy with his team.
I don't know what she's telling you, man. I don't even know how to respond to that other than how I did. So I'm not gonna go any more of it. My response was a smiley face. I guess she basically just said laugh at that, and I'm guessing she laughed at, yeah. No, I put the smiley face on her response. That's it. Get back to that fucking. He was doing all right. He was, you know what I'm saying? He was in a couple shots. Now all of a sudden he went down.
Here's Sexton. It's rebounded by Los Angeles. James has got 4 rebounds in the game.
So far, rebounding has been a big factor tonight.
Doncic,
come on.
No good.
Well, this hasn't been his quarter so far. He's really struggling to get going.
Sexton misses.
And the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
There's no air space there whatsoever. That's as close as you can get without foul.
Doncic outside. Denny Smith a screen. Here's the 3. Doncic, no good.
He's lost his momentum in a big hurry. Coming off an excellent quarter, now he just can't find the bucket.
Pass to Sexton. Marketed from long range. It's rebounded by Los Angeles. Doncic passes to James. Over Sexton. Here's Hayes. That falls. Nice feed that time from James. Hayes has got his first 2 points of the night. Jazz trail by 16. Here's Kessler. A look at the clock. A little under 3.5 minutes gone by in the fourth. Collins passes to Sexton. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The Jazz need to get one up in a hurry. And Markkanen with the stop.
Yeah, I love putting Markkanen into the pick and roll action. He can do anything as the screen.
And we've got a timeout called by J.J. Redick. He wants their game plan to be crystal clear at this point.
Coming onto the floor for the Lakers, number 28, Rui Hachimura.
We've got 1:23 left in the fourth. Hachimura sets a screen. And here's Doncic outside. Sinks it from distance. Doncic has got 11 points here in the second half.
They came
Tell me that
out
clip.
and had a statement
He's back
win
at the
with their
50.
performance tonight. A fantastic effort to get it done here for the Lakers.
Thank you, my
In
guy.
today's game, you need to shoot it well from three. That was the difference maker.
Exactly. And the defense didn't rotate out quickly enough to disrupt their shooters.
And reaching a nice milestone, an even 20 wins on the year.
And they've had their fingerprints all over this series, winning 2 straight and looking like they have this team's number.
And one player just stole the show tonight, doing everything for his team. A monster night for Luka Doncic.
Well, what an unselfish display from him tonight. Sharing the ball, creating for others, just beautiful basketball.
That's good.
Hayes against Kessler.
This shit.
Finished off by Hayes.
That's an inspired ball club. They fought hard, and during the most important moments, they made big plays.
Yeah, they saved their best
everybody
basketball for this home stretch.
That's fucked up. Y'all got some disloyal ass
And that
fans,
was our
dog.
AT&T 5G Slam Cam, bringing you the sauce. Lets it go from 14.
Shit out of here, bitch.
LeBron with the rebound. And James has got the ball here for the Los Angeles Lakers.
Oh, some close to close.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, they blocked out the noise, blocked out the distractions, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
It is
was that,
always
a
a
lot?
special feeling winning on the road. The degree of difficulty adding to that sense of accomplishment.
Doncic outside. And so it's the Lakers easily grabbing this one. Boy, this crowd has to be shocked by the way their team was dismissed.
Shocked and surprised. It doesn't matter what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to just waltz in and cruise to the type of victory like we saw tonight.
All right, let's go courtside to Ali LaForce with our player of the game. Ali, it's all yours.
Well, Luka, many feel that this team is exceeding expectations. How do you keep this rhythm going?
Yeah, we just thanks, Ali. Great interview once again. And that'll do it, folks. For Grant Hill, Ali LaForce, and Coach Stan Van Gundy, this is Brian Anderson. Thank you for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. So long, everybody.
I'm liking those chances. We're gonna see right now. Damn near 11-19. They probably put me in for a couple twos. Not bad though. Fuck that. 100%. Boy, LeBron was 100%. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. Almost 50. But the 10 of 18 is awesome. 2 assists, 4 rebounds. And Bronny got a steal. I don't even remember that. That was the first game Luka don't get a steal. Yeah. Bronny had a steal. Uh-oh. Playing the Ant-Man. We playing the Ant-Man, son. You know, I'm going with the Lake Show, son. I love that damn uniform. You sound just like...
Coming right up, the Timberwolves taking on the Lakers.
I know these dudes ain't coming
Welcome
in
everyone,
damn
let's get
green
ready
with
for
no
some
damn
NBA
checkers, red checker
basketball
shirt.
on 2K. First,
And 11-8. Okay.
Again, there, you don't need, and we just some fucking music because it's quiet.
The NBA on 2K Sports, presenting an exciting Monday night game. Tonight, we've got the Los Angeles Lakers playing against the Minnesota Timberwolves here at Target Center. Hi, everyone. I'm Brian Anderson, alongside Clark Kellogg and Grant Hill. On the sidelines, Allie LaForce. And a moment to check out who the Los Angeles Lakers have coming up. On Wednesday, they're off to Miami to face off with the Heat. Then on Friday, they'll be playing against Clint Capella and the Atlanta Hawks.
The road is never the highlight of your schedule for any team. But for these guys, it is a chance to go out there, test themselves, and see how well they gel outside of home court. It could be a very valuable experience.
And now the Los Angeles starters. James is out there with Rui Hachimura. Then it's Austin Reeves. Then it's Luka Doncic. And it's Hayes in at the 5. And for Minnesota, Ant is at the 2 with McDaniels playing the 3. Julius Randle out there with Rudy Gobert. And it's Conley in at the 1. So the Timberwolves win the tip. Well, we have the small ball era, Clark, but now size is a premium once again.
BA, another example
Oh, shit, it's a mismatch.
things change, but also
Oh, my God, it's a mismatch.
Small
I hope they don't get this nigga the ball. He gonna dunk him.
size is what we want to see now, and that's what's happening across.
Nah, oh, my God. The fuck was that?
Oh, doctor. Oh, my goodness.
The
Anthony Edwards.
yeah, of course that was man.
Get this guy in the dunk contest.
Shots good by James.
That's pretty much any coach.
That was
That's how you like to start the game.
Man.
Now the Timberwolves with it. Randall outside. Back to Edwards.
If we could have found that video and I could have made it better, that shit would have went viral. But I ain't get that many views. Cause it's not long enough. You feel me? It don't look too like, you feel me?
And only a handful of teams in the history of the NBA have done what these guys are doing right now.
Go to the 3. See, when you set a pick, set a pick.
I tell you, is doing a heck of a job actually putting their name against some of the best names in the NBA's history. When you talk about winning streaks, I mean, these kind of freaks do not happen often, and there's a lot going right for this group right now.
All right, guys, we're lucky to have Shams Charania joining us now. Our 2K insider calling in with a story. What do you got, Shams?
Hey, guys. Well, with the Lakers selecting Bronny James at number 55 in the second round, the expectation is he'll spend a lot of time in the NBA G League, but also have the opportunity to develop as part of the same organization as his father, LeBron. Seems like the best possible outcome. Guys, this is NBA history with the first father-son duo to play in the league at the same time.
Front page news. Thank you very much for the report, Shams.
Luka's sheer size makes him a mismatch for most guards. 1 of 5 to start the game. They have to slow down and just play their brand of basketball.
James can't get it to go. The Timberwolves have gone 1 of 5 to start things off. Edwards can't hit.
You know, he just has not been himself this period. Just too inconsistent up and down at the offensive end.
Hachimura, a pass to James. And once again, off the mark by Los Angeles. James has gotten just 1 of his 4 attempts from the floor tonight. Outside McDaniels. Pass to Gobert. To end the drought. Oh, and Gobert powers it home.
Stay clear of Gobert on the dunk now. The force he goes to the rim with is mighty.
And so J.J. Redick calls for the timeout. He's going to talk it over with his guys. in for Reeves. And let's use this break to recognize your Western Conference Player of the Week, Luka Doncic.
Oh, it's been so much fun to watch him on the offensive end recently. He's really his team's engine on that end of the floor, sparking plays and helping them find open shots and big points.
And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for the Los Angeles Lakers. Trailing by 2, they defeated Utah in their last game.
You have to respect their ability to stay consistent away from home, keeping their cool and making quality shots.
Well, efficiency is critical, and I love how they ran their offense and got quality shots out of their sets.
All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Brian, Anthony Edwards, his disposition just brightens a locker room. Coach Chris Finch said he's an absolute joy to coach. Always in a great mood with a great smile. It doesn't matter if he plays well or he doesn't. Every day he has the same approach and the same attitude.
And he wants to be great, Allie. There's no doubt about that. From deep, here's Doncic. The shot's good on the assist by James.
Don't know what you're thinking, but you got to get out on that or Luka's going to cook you.
You know, Clark, with the Lakers, at times it is hard to maintain a sense of continuity.
Well, it sure is, B.A. I mean, there's always pressure to improve or be at your best, but even more so when you're playing in the glitz and glamour of L.A. and all that history. And because of that, sometimes it can lead to high team turnover when you're playing for the Lakers.
Doncic against Conley. And there's James from the arc. Edwards pulls it in.
Boy, this is bad. Tough to watch. I mean, this is really bad. He's stone cold, this boy. Man.
Conley looking for an opening. Here's the floater. And Luka Doncic is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul of the game.
That was a good call. The defense wasn't established.
Yeah, it looked like it. I mean, he kind of slid underneath as he got to the spot, too.
Here's Garza. Pass to Alexander Walker. Just 5 to shoot. Kicks it out to Clark. Fires the 3. DiVincenzo can't hit. The Lakers trail. Doncic with it. DiVincenzo picks him up. Outside Finney-Smith. There's the triple. Back to Doncic. James, a screen on DiVincenzo. And here's Doncic outside. That one is off. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. It's Minnesota. They lead by 1. And we'll be back shortly for the start of the second quarter. And if you're just joining us, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. All right, let's quickly break down the game, what we've seen so far from the Timberwolves, guys.
Give it up for their D. They're battling, communicating, and coming up with key stops.
They've got them rattled. It's only the first quarter, and already they've made enough big plays on defense to last really an entire game.
And so in the game for Los Angeles, LeBron and Vanderbilt, your small and power forwards. Luka Doncic is out there with Connect, and it's Finney-Smith in at the 5, down low. Well, last season we saw Luka Doncic score 73 points, tied for 4th most in NBA history.
B.A., he is so special, and the thing about the 73 he got, it was the most efficient 70-point game in league history. And with how offense-heavy the league is going, I wouldn't put it past him to go north of Kobe Bryant's mark of 81 at some point. He's got that kind of ability.
Ingles, he's checked in for Minot. Grant, there are such intense rivalries at the college level. Do any of those carry over to the NBA?
Oh, BA, they sure do. I was part of some serious college rivalries. There was a lot of trash talk with the guys on the other side. It didn't stop that much after we got to the NBA.
Mark is checked in for Ingles. Now here's DiVincenzo. Still no points. Outside, Alexander Walker. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Good find that time by DiVincenzo. An unselfish player, always looking to make the extra pass.
James, left side. The shot is good. Doncic making the play. James has got 9 points.
They're getting torched on the perimeter. 4 of the last 5 buckets have been threes.
It's hard for me to watch this. I mean, the defense practically giving them those shots.
And Chris Finch has called timeout. Coach wants to speak to his guys, maybe alter some of the game plan. And here we can check out the story for Rudy Gobert.
And a stat to focus on is his steal total over the last 5 games. He's been working on his defense, trying to be a disruptor, and it's made them a lot better on D.
Second quarter, and we're just over a minute in. DiVincenzo, pass to Edwards. Pass to Alexander Walker. Inside, DiVincenzo. It's rebounded by Los Angeles. Doncic has got 4 rebounds now. To the middle. The shot by James, no good.
Does not get much easier than that, but somehow he came up empty there.
And playoff success has been rare in Minnesota. Last year was the first series win in 20 years, Clark.
How about this fact? That was LeBron's rookie season, 2004 BA. That's the last time the Timberwolves advanced in the playoffs. So T-Wolves fans, I think, really savored the trip to the conference finals and are looking for more from this group going forward.
He's finally leaving that dismal first quarter behind him. Took him a while to get going.
And it's slammed in by Hachimura.
That is big time by Hachimura. No mercy at all.
Timberwolves trail by 3. Outside Edwards. Pass to Clark. With the crossover. Oh, Clark with the slam.
And plays like that one can make the difference in a close game.
And it definitely got the bench on their feet, too.
Making a statement for sure. I mean, we'll see if they can maintain that aggressive approach, guys.
James inside, guarded by Edwards.
And you see Edwards trying to do this more, impose his will at the defensive end. Good job defensively that time.
Doncic passes to James. That one goes. Count it. James has got 11 points.
And they seem to have a hard time picking good shots in the first quarter, but it's all coming together now for them here.
Yeah, things are starting to look up. I mean, they're making amends for that slow start, finding a rhythm right now.
Making sure of it with the 2-man slam, BA.
Yeah, I don't blame him with the score this tight. You cannot take a chance here.
I get the feeling, guys, that he may be sensing that this is a critical time in this game.
Timberwolves trail by 4. We've got 1:55 left in the second. And Edwards puts up a deep 3. Tried to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. The Lakers have gotten an impressive 6 of 8 shots to fall in the second. Clark, when you watch Luka Doncic play, how is he able to just control the games like he does?
He's a savant. That's all I can say. He's way ahead of himself. I mean, this guy's been a pro since he was 13 or 14 years old. There's nobody else in the NBA that's been a pro that long, I don't think. So, unique in that regard. Great size, uncanny, underrated strength. And then his vision, his pace, all of that is what allows him to really not ever be sped up or out of control.
And let's swing it over to the sideline and some changes here for the Timberwolves. Julius Randle's checked in for Clark, and McDaniels is subbed in for Alexander Walker. Austin Reeves is checked in for the Lakers. And a second look at that rejection, taking no prisoners on defense there.
An emphatic rejection that was. Boy, you got to appreciate that kind of forceful, in-your-face defense.
The previous play is under review.
NBA gave the Coaches Challenge a test run in the G League for a few years, and then the Summer League, and of course at the start of the 2019.
The ruling on the floor is confirmed.
G League was positive. The league wants to make every effort to get every call right, and this system works well without slowing the game down too much. Walker, he's checked in for the Timberwolves. The Lakers also with a sub. Luka Doncic is checked in for Reeves. Timberwolves trail by 7. And Grant, the success of teams like the Timberwolves showing that size still matters.
Yeah, in this pace and space era, that may have come into question just a bit, but size and skill combined has always been your best bet at winning.
And out of bounds, Minnesota will have it.
Hey, that's just not a smart pass. It's as simple as that. Was not a smart pass.
There's 57 seconds left to play in the second quarter. Here's Conley. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair. It's going to go on Jackson Hayes.
And Conley's the guy that leads by example. And as a result, his teammates respect and trust him completely.
DiVincenzo, he's checked in for the Timberwolves.
Free throw shooting is about mechanics, confidence, and your mental approach. He's locked in from there most every night.
For 3, James drains the triple. James has got 8.
And this is crucial for James's development. If he's able to hit the 3 consistently, watch out.
Outside, DiVincenzo. James against McDaniels. For 3, Randall. On target from range. Randall's got his first 3 points of the game.
I really like the way they're spacing the floor this quarter. Their three-point percentage has really gone up.
Doncic outside. 4-3. No, sir. He's now 3 for 5 in this one. Poke loose. And he lobs it up to the rim. Ooh, McDaniels with a steal. And so it's LeBron James making things happen for the Lakers. 8 points in the quarter, showing how effective he can be. Back after this.
Welcome. First up on the agenda tonight, let's see how the Rookie of the Year race is shaping up.
You never know how long it will take for a rookie to adjust to the NBA game, but these guys have figured it out quickly.
Yeah, it's been a smooth start to the season for them. Look, we all know there are going to be bumps in the road as the other teams adjust. And turning now to the game we've been watching, Luka Doncic has been lighting it up.
Da, 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 da. You know what that means?
It sounds like the theme of the Luka show.
Exactly, Ernie. That's why you're who you are, and that's why they're up. This man can dictate the game on the offensive end. He controls the tempo and uses his strength.
Like Mr. Doncic, Kenny, you are on your game tonight.
Dun, 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 dun.
Thanks for tuning in. Now we head back to Brian Anderson for the start of the third quarter.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, this second half could turn out to be a great one, as both teams trying to gain an edge. You know, LeBron James has been exceptional here, guys.
Through the first 2 quarters, he's been on fire. Explosive offensive performance. And you know what? I'll be interested to see just how much he's got left in the tank. That first half had to take a lot out of it.
Conley and Ant are the 1 and the 2. Jaden McDaniels out there with Julius Randle. And it's Gobert in at the center position. So that's the Timberwolves 5. And stolen by Reeves. Out to James. Pass to Reeves. Takes the 3. Offensive rebound. Back to James. Another shot. Physical play by LeBron inside.
Fighting through contact. Not easy trying to corral LeBron when he's focused on scoring. Good luck with that.
Randall, pass to McDaniels. Oh, a rim-rattling two-handed jam.
And what an aggressive move to the rim. He's really trying to fire up his teammates right now.
Boy, it's not hard to feel inspired after a teammate makes that kind of finish.
You know, when you're looking to close the gap, you need guys who will take it upon themselves to step up, take the initiative, and make something happen.
Clark, what's incredible about LeBron, he makes as big of an impact off the court as he does on it.
B.A., I think it's going to be one of the great case studies when he's all done playing, how he's impacted the game and uplifted people across the country and world. He's a tremendous advocate for social justice. He's obviously a shrewd and successful businessman, and he's been a vocal leader who also leads by example. He's actually epitomizing the change he'd like to see in other folks and inspiring along the way.
And we've got a timeout called by J.J. Redick. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy here. Making a change here. Doncic checked in. Some of the hottest players in the league to show you now. The top scorers among shooting guards during the previous 10 games. Anthony Edwards on top. Second, Bronny James.
And night after night, we see this group light it up. If you try to take something away from them defensively, they'll beat you some other way.
Yeah, you don't have to take a long look at their point totals to see that this is the premier group of scorers at the premier scoring position in the NBA. Shooting guards can flat out bring it.
The 3, James. The shot is good. Doncic making the play. Doncic has got 6 assists in the game. And so Conley will bring it up for the T-Wolves. 8-point game. And Chris Finch calls timeout here. I think right now he must be looking at some adjustments. Clark, it's special getting to call LeBron James games. How is the King still doing this at this age?
B.A., I think there are guys that come along every 30, 40 years that are just different than other guys, other players. He's in that category. One of the all-time greats. And he's just been remarkable. Certainly DNA has a role in his longevity and excellence, but you got to give him a ton of credit. He's committed to being at a high level for a long time, and it's remarkable to watch him do what he's doing at this age.
Field goal percentage, first in three-point shooting, and they clinch the top spot when it comes to protecting the ball. Fewest turnovers per game in the league. No one keeps the ball locked up tight like these guys.
And you really can't emphasize enough how impressive their field goal percentage is. They run their game plan so well and know how to get the shots they want. And here's Edwards outside. Rebounded by the Lakers.
You hate to pile on, but his poor shooting night has really hurt the team.
Doncic against Conley. Oh, Luka, so hard to stop.
Excellent finish that time inside by Doncic. He's highly skilled. I mean, that's obvious. What's not so obvious is how big he is. This guy looks me eye to eye.
And the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
And, guys, that's exactly the kind of high-impact defense they want to see out of him.
Out to James. This one for three. Minnesota with a rebound. Edwards got his 5th rebound in this one. McDaniels passes to Conley. Here's Gobert, providing this team some offensive stability. A little over 10 points a game.
Rocking him right off the floor. Explosive jam by McDaniels.
Conley against Doncic. It's rebounded by Rudy Gobert.
Boy, he's got to be kicking himself for failing to make that shot. That's money.
Down low. Using the size. Gobert.
Yeah, and Gobert's teammates encourage him to seek out his offense, especially when he's this deep.
Here's Doncic. And Doncic hammers it home.
And he just driving the stake in him there.
He's a guy just never lets up.
And that's terribly demoralizing for a defense, guys. I mean, they know he's going to keep coming and coming and coming, and that they may not have an answer for it.
Pass to Edwards. Here's Randall. And it's good for 2. Randall's got 5.
That's 3 buckets in a row off assist.
The Lakers lead by 6. Here's Doncic. Doncic throws it down.
That's the weight room strength of Doncic right there. Fully displayed.
1:05 left to play in the third quarter here. And Luka Doncic is going to pick up the foul. That's his 5th foul.
That's really a tough call. One you don't like to see, but it was called, and now he's got to really make sure that he's on top of his game here in regards to not picking up another foul. That was his 5th right there.
The Timberwolves making a switch here. Alexander Walker's checked in. Finney Smith's checked in for Los Angeles. Reeves comes in for Doncic. Alexander Walker with the bucket. He's got 12.
Sharp recognition that time by Conley. Tell you what, he always makes the right play.
For Los Angeles, they've gone 5 of 11 in this third quarter. Buries it from 3.
He's hit a pair of threes each half, making a significant impact.
Conley passes to Randall. Outside, Alexander Walker. Off target with the 3.
Surprising to see him miss here, but they'll be happy with that shot in most possessions.
James throws it down, and the official calls a foul. It may be a 3-point play. Nickeil Alexander-Walker picks one up. Los Angeles shooting their 2nd attempt at the line tonight. So both teams changing it up here.
entering the league with that James last name, lots of pressure on Bronny. But he's a guy who is used to being in the spotlight under the microscope.
Randall inside. Finney Smith's there. And is blocked. Intercepted. To the inside. And stolen by Vanderbilt. With some arc. Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits. It may be difficult to overcome. It's Los Angeles. They lead by 11. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
Woo, I'm fired up to see this dish one more time. It's always great to see your 2 guards share the wealth. Yeah, platinum level dime dropping there, fellas. Accurate and on time.
And as we head into the 4th, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same for the first 3 quarters. And so in the game for the Lakers, Reeves at the 2 with LeBron at the 3. Dorian Finney-Smith is out there with Jarrett Vanderbilt. And it's Vincent in at the 1.
And he brings this game a little closer using a huge one-hand slam.
That's a great way to get your team back into it.
That might indeed ignite a spark in this team.
And we've got a timeout called by J.J. Redick. No doubt he's going to utilize the opportunity to make sure they're all on the same page here. Will go for a different look here. Hayes is checked in for Finney-Smith. Hachimura comes in for Vanderbilt. James is checked in for Reeves. And Luka Doncic subbed in for Vincent. A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
I was able to listen in on what J.J. Redick was going over with his team. He said to his guys, this one is not over yet. You have worked hard for this lead, and we are not about to give it up now. Stay focused and keep hustling. Back to you guys.
And Allie, thanks. Here's Alexander Walker. And no good. Good work defensively by James. Doncic passes to James. Ooh, hard finish from LeBron.
Yet another stellar night for LeBron offensively so far. In some ways, he's just unstoppable.
And Minnesota has possession. Not sure why he committed the intentional foul. No purpose.
I think everyone's a little confused, but weird plays happen. I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking right there. I mean, he needs to get his head in the game.
Timeout, timeout.
Yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
Minot's checked in for Garza. And so J.J. Redick calls for the timeout. He wants to make sure they're purposeful with the game plan. And the Timberwolves making a change here. Conley's checked in. So J.J. Redick calls for the timeout. He wants to make sure everyone is aligned, given the situation right now.
Thank you. Ask Gamer Girl, God bless you. I appreciate you. I love you. Thank you. I love you. God bless you. I appreciate you. Thank you. Shouts out to you, Gamer Girl. I appreciate you. Thank you.
Minnesota with possession here. They trail by 14, and he commits the intentional foul. Fourth quarter just getting started. 1 minute in the books. Looking to get back on track. Edwards muscles it inside. Wow.
Edwards just doesn't allow defenders to bottle him up. Great focus and persistence.
That'll be a 5-second call.
He's really valuing every possession. That's just his first turnover of the game.
And that's an intentional foul. Pass to Clark. The three. And Conley is good for three.
Nice to see Conley receive the dime for once. He's normally the one dropping down.
To the paint. Ooh, it's stolen. Outside, Alexander Walker. Over Hayes. The shot by Alexander Walker, no good.
They have a decent advantage in regards to rebounding.
Especially when you're scoring the ball at a decent clip the way they have. I mean, they've done exactly what's necessary to take the lead.
Knocks down the long J.
And this is how he shines. He's a big part of their floor spacing.
And you know what? It's all about the long distance game for him tonight. He's getting it done from out there.
Oh, Edwards powers it home.
Hey, we use the term explosive a lot, but Edwards, this guy is explosive times 3.
James outside. Kicks it to Doncic. Just 5 on the clock. The offensive rebound. James passes to Doncic from downtown. That falls. Nice feed that time from James. James has got 3 assists in the game. And Chris Finch has called timeout, rallying his guys to make sure they all know the plan. changes here for the Timberwolves. Rudy Gobert's checked in for Minot. Randall comes in for Clark. And McDaniels is subbed in for Alexander Walker. The Lakers also with a sub. Reeves is checked in. Conley against Doncic. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. Grant, when it comes to Anthony Edwards, fair to say he's meeting expectations so far.
Oh, no question, B.A. The first overall pick in the 2020 draft, Edwards has been anything but a bust. Now we are seeing him trying to compete for titles.
First one falls for him. And from what we've seen so far in his career, Anthony Edwards wants to be that guy in crunch time, Clark.
B.A., I love his mentality. Not only in that he wants to be the guy, but he also wants to elevate his teammates. And he plays the game with an exuberance and a joy and a freshness that is, quite good to see. But I like his attack mentality and his willingness to step into leading his team by example at both ends of the floor.
Pass to McDaniels. Jacks up a three. It's Hayes with the rebound. Hayes has got rebound number 8 now. And Doncic with the jam.
Even for Doncic, this is a big night in the scoring column, giving his fans their money's worth and then some.
Inside, Gobert. Oh, and Gobert powers it home.
Doesn't believe in soft finishes. The big fella's all about power.
Here's Doncic. And Doncic with the jam.
And they just continue to attack, even late in the game, while they're up big.
Yeah, I don't think you want to get loose and sloppy or ease up, but it is time for them to start using that clock a bit.
It looks like it'll be a big win for them here. Time to just cruise to the end of the game and chalk up the victory for the Lakers.
They ran the fast break beautifully all night long. It was a huge part of their success.
It's so true. They clearly ran the floor well, constantly putting pressure on the defense. Just a tremendous effort.
And they really wanted this one. It pushes their win total up to 21.
And they're up 2-0 in this season series, a chance to go 3 for 3 against the Timberwolves.
And of all the highlights and performances we've seen here tonight, the one thing that stands out is what an unbelievable night it's been for Luka Doncic.
A quality offensive outing. When you get it going like he did, I'll tell you, it's one of the best feelings in basketball. And guys, that's gotta be the dagger. This is how you finish a game.
Yeah, what a time to put the hammer down. Any hope of a comeback? Diminished.
He drops it from range.
One of the league's better floor generals, really over the last decade. Conley plays with an old-school pass-first mindset.
James, a screen on McDaniels. From deep, here's Doncic. The Lakers with the rebound. Out to James. Fires in the triple. And the Lakers lead by 19.
Yeah, they blocked out the noise, blocked out the distractions, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
Boy, a fantastic performance. And I tell you something, I mean, you get roadkill, that's always a challenge in the NBA, no matter what, and they got it done.
Oh, from deep. The shot misses. So we see the Lakers taking the W here. This one wasn't even close. The hometown crowd was waiting for a miracle that never came.
Yeah, and this team was consistent throughout. They met every challenge, and they earned this dub.
All right, Allie's ready to go. She's courtside. Hey, Allie.
LeBron, you've accomplished so much in this league. How have you been able to sustain it for so long?
You know, it's only a select few. It's not many who make it to this point, and I would never.
All right, Allie, good stuff there. Thanks for that. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Allie LaForce, Clark Kellogg, and Grant Hill, this is Brian Anderson thanking you for watching the NBA presented by 2K Sports. We'll see you later.
Guys, shouts out to everybody that watching, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Hope you guys enjoyed this very exciting episode of Smoke Strip Here Live with my bro, Can You Dig It? We gave you guys an epic back-to-back, some epic back-to-back W, excuse me, out here in LA. You know what I'm saying? We giving you guys the late show. No, the late show with the late show. Yeah. Drop that thumbs up, hit that like, hit that subscribe. Stay tuned. We'll be back with some more content.